Good afternoon, everyone. This is Rob, and you're listening to Between the Lines with Rob Reynolds. Say, I wanted to, first of all, tell you how excited I am to talk to you all today, and to tell you a little bit of where this idea came from. I'm on Facebook quite a bit, and I noticed that a lot of times I see people that I haven't seen for years, and it's just you wonder what they're up to, what happened to them, what they did, what the story of their life is. And I thought this would be a cool way to kind of get in touch with people, see what they do, see what they're doing, and maybe let you hear from them. So if you've not, well, maybe you lost track of them or you didn't know where they were, it's a good chance to kind of redo that. Also gives them a chance to kind of pitch their business as to what they're doing, invite you in for a cup of coffee or whatever they're into. As it has evolved, I thought that the best way to do that is to start out with a series of different shows or episodes that I have that I hope are enlightening. And my goal is this, is that when you leave these, they're only about 15, 20 minutes long, that you say, you know what? That made me smile. That's my goal. I want you to remember back on some of these things and think, wow, that was really cute or funny, or maybe it was like annoying. But anyway, it will give you some kind of an emotion. The first one we're going to talk about is something that I did long after I had left the beauty industry in sales. And it's kind of fulfilled a childhood dream of teaching that I always wanted to do, but I never did. I just never made that happen. And instead of being a teacher, I decided to go a different route and do another thing. So I came back out of that and I decided, you know what? I wonder if I could sub. I wonder if I could sub at the school district that we're in here in suburban St. Louis called Francis Howell. It's a huge, huge school district. They have like 8 or 9 uh, elementary schools, 3 junior highs. Actually, that's called middle school. Don't call them junior highs. And then high schools. They do still call them high schools. Um, and I thought, you know what? I think I could do them all. So I'm not going to limit myself as to do high school or grade school or middle school. I want to be able to do them all. So I was open to do any grade, K through 12, that they called me about on a given day. And believe me, starting on the first day of school, almost all the way to the last day of school, you can find a teacher somewhere in this huge district that wants you to cover their class or take their class because they're gone or they have a meeting or something else to go on. So I'll never forget the first assignment that I ever had was out at Daniel Boone. Daniel Boone Elementary is a school that is like way out there. It's at the very end of the boundary of where Francis Howell is. And the kids from Defiance go there. It's kind of a suburban, well, it's not suburban, it's out in sticks area. So I got there the first day. I was all excited, and it was a 5th grade class, and I got to meet the kids when they came in, and I was all excited, all professional, and I thought, "Ooh, this is my teaching debut. I got to be on the top of my game here." So I sat down at the desk, went over the lesson plans, and I noticed that there was an aquarium there. It had rocks in it. It had some little sticks. It had all kinds of things. And I thought, I wonder what that is. There's nothing in there. So they came in, and one little boy comes up to the desk. He says, Mr. R, that's what they call me, Mr. R, said, where's Milky? I said, Milky? That's a funny name for a student. He said, no, Milky's our snake. He's here a lot. Well, look, he's gone. I look back, and the aquarium was where Milky the milk snake was supposed to be. I thought, oh my God, what am I going to do now? We've got a snake loose in the classroom somewhere. Well, after basically having to have a resuscitation for myself, I discovered that Milky was a snake that went home for the summer and he never did come back. So my first experience as a sub, that was a heart-stopping adventure. Well, after that was fifth grade. I thought, I got this licked. I'll go down to take this assignment for elementary in what they call specials. Now, specials are music, PE, art, those kind of things. There's special teachers for those. And then all the kids do those on grade level, and they go through the day. And you're going to have all of the classes, 1 through 6, or K through 6, or 5, really, for the entire day. So I was in music. I thought, well, that'd be nice. I'll go into music. So I was in the music classroom, and here come the first graders. And then here come the kindergartners. Then here come the second graders. And I thought, by the time I got to about the third graders, I thought, well, you know what? I'm losing something here. I'm not quite getting their attention. I mean, something's wrong. I said, I got to do something to capture their attention because they think, oh, this is just a guy. He don't know about music. So when they came in there, I said, what do you guys want to do in music today? They said, well, we want to sing. I said, get that tape player out and we'll do the singing. I said, no, I got a better one than that. I'll play the piano. They were like, what? I said, yeah, what do you want to sing? They told me 3 or 4 things, and I just went right up to the piano, sat down there, and started whipping off those keys. And they were looking at me like, oh my gosh, this big lug can play the piano. And from that day on, I was a master of the music class. What? Because I could play the piano and not have to play a tape. So that was my second experience. The next one is kind of interesting. It had to do with PE. Now, those of you that can visualize that, me being a PE teacher for the day, and it was like a middle school PE. No, I take that back. Thinking about that, it was elementary PE, and they were going to do, they were in tumbling. Well, I'm going to tell you what, tumbling I hated when I had to take it myself. I mean, I was the only one in John Kent's PE class that about busted their arm trying to do a cartwheel. So I wasn't a real PE, just a whip snapper. So we're doing gymnastics. And these are first and second graders. And we have the mats out and we have all this kind of stuff. And I said, okay, we're going to do these different things. One, we've got a somersault. They said, oh, they all did a somersault. I said, now we're going to do a calisthenics. Well, they could all do that. Said, now we're going to jump and walk on this balance beam. Well, they all did that. And then I said, okay, the next one is an interesting one. It's the pencil roll. And one of the little kids in the back said, hey, Mr. R, why don't you do the pencil roll and show us how to do it? Terror went through my body, thinking, oh my gosh, if I get on the ground, I'll never get up. So I got down there on the ground and I thought, I could do this pencil roll. So I did. I rolled around like a goofball for about 3 minutes. And then I had to have the fifth graders help me up. I thought, that's what you get for a pencil roll. So I was, pretty limber then. Could at least get down and do a pencil roll. Well, I got to tell you, that's kind of what we're going to do with these episodes. And I have one final one here I'm going to leave in honor of Marty Manfredo. It was an algebra class that I was subbing in at the high school. Now, let me tell you, my relationship with algebra ended about 8th grade. Unfortunately, I took it another time and discovered that it ended. But the teacher in the high school had left this elaborate lesson plan about what we were supposed to do. And I'm going to tell you what, some of these problems, they look like the ones Einstein does, where there's 4 different whiteboards full. And this girl came up, high school girl, she comes up in the middle of this class when they're working on their whole deal, and she says, could you work this on the board for us and show it how it works? And I thought to myself, I was lucky to find the classroom, much less to show you how this works. So I said, well, you know what, I could, but I think what we'll do is we'll let you get started and then we'll show you where to go. And she says, oh, you mean I have to get up in front? I said, yeah, you do. So she got up there and she started and she did this and she did that. And I asked, now class, here's what we're going to do. We're going to help Brenda with her study here and know how to do this. So what would be the next line? And then what would be the next line? And then what would be the next line? I think by the time that class was over, thank God the bell rung soon. I don't think those kids knew that I didn't have a clue what the answer was. The only X I knew was how quick I could get to my car and X out of there. So that's just some of my experiences in subbing. I want to tell you some of the episodes we have coming up. We have an episode of when the country boy went to New York City. That's when I went to New York for the first time, and it's a hoot of a show. Then we're going to talk about some experiences I had when I was refereeing and umpiring. That will bring chills to your afternoon. Talk a little bit about detailing. Those of you that don't know what that is, you will by the time this is over. And then we're going to talk about trips to the doctor, which I've had some good ones, and I just want to share them with you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about what you would like to talk about on the show. Maybe we just want to introduce you to anybody. Maybe we haven't seen you in 30 years, and we want to find out what you're up to. We want to talk to you on the phone. We'll record it, and then we'll play it back. You'll know exactly what's going to happen before it goes down. But if you would like to be on the show, or you have a topic for the show, just drop me a little line on DM, direct message on Facebook. I'd be glad to talk to you, call you. We could talk about it, and we'll definitely get you on there. I really appreciate you listening. I hope you've enjoyed this. This is kind of the first voyage. I promise it'll get better. It'll be more buttoned up and ready to go. Maybe we'll add some music and all that kind of stuff. But that's kind of like algebra to me, trying to figure out. I'm glad if I can just turn this on. So listen, have a great day. I appreciate you listening. Feel free to leave comments or whatever you want to do on Facebook. I hope you enjoyed it. And you've been listening to Rob Reynolds, Between the Lines. Have a great day.